How's it going, Libra community? Soul Tigress here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. Ooh. Some keywords is not knowing what to do, unable to process stuff, stuck in a dark place that seems unescapable. Don't let your imagination fool you into thinking everything is expired or has expired and you can't do more, Libra. And then I had an ancestor chime in earlier and they basically yelled this out. The only time when it's too late is when you give up. So those ancestors are not ready to see you give up just yet. Just know that. And they're here right now in this introduction. So one of the first things that I'm brought to right away that I see that stands out is you're confused on this. You may have practiced not seeing this in yourself, but just know. You are good enough. You are good enough. And it's time to practice seeing that about yourself. Just know that. And that takes every day kind of practice. And right here, you're at odds ends because your commitments are being tested. There's something that you put out there into the universe. There's a certain way you want to go with your life, certain goals that you do have. But the divine likes to test us to see how much we really want something. And right now, with what you're facing, with the conflicts, with other people around you, it's testing it. And just know whatever you're fretting, whatever you feel like is swallowing you up with this dark place, is nothing is going to come about it. What this place is going to do is just leave you stuck. So just know that you have to make movement to keep going. And something that you're confused on is if you do start to change, what will happen to others? Just know those others are going to be safe, even though the changes that you want to do affect the very foundations around you with this Cancerian energy. But it's a new way to go. Maybe it's time to renovate your internal home, the very foundations that have built your internal home from when you were young to now, giving you a chance to evolve yourself, evolve your views, evolve how you feel about things. So some stuff that we're not seeing is luck is on your side. Even though you feel like maybe at this time that the divine has it out for you, or maybe this is just all life can offer, no. There is still more, and that is the truth to it. But just like this arrow, we're gonna have to start to make moves to go towards it. Some other things that you're confused on is don't let your past hold you back. This South Node energy, your past, the things that you've worked on from then until now, especially how you view yourself, is something that you've had practice. You've practiced putting yourself down. You've practiced making yourself feel like you're not good enough. You practice seeing that you can't have certain things. Well, you've gotten really good at that, Libra. Now it's time to head off into a different direction, to see what you do deserve, to see that you are good enough, to see that time hasn't expired for you and you still have plenty of time to go. Each of those views takes practice, but the South Node is where we've been. It's something that we've mastered, and the goal is always to go to the North Node, where we're meant to be. Don't forget that, Libra. 2 more things that we are not seeing for this introduction. 2 things that you've been fighting on seeing, because again, you're stuck in this energy. Stuck in the energy that you've gotten really good at. Even though it's a little negative, it's something that you've gotten really good at. Is not seeing that definitely adjustments are going to be required. Change is going to need to happen in order to get you out of this dark place. And it's going to require you to take a step back and look at the bigger picture of things. Look at how you treat yourself and how that affects you. How that affects you wanting to go out into this world, wanting to go and cultivate new relationships, or maybe even go off to new beginnings. Just know we can heal those views, and we can take different views upon ourselves that help empower us. Ooh-wee. Change is hard. Change is really hard, but we get good at the things that we practice, Libra. Don't forget that if we have a lifetime practicing telling ourselves we're not good enough, then we get good at that feeling. So how can we start to practice something else? A little tidbit about Libra. You are a cardinal, positive, masculine energy. If you cannot bring about newness into your life, new ways of going, because cardinal is all about the beginnings of new seasons, going into the change of new things. And if you can't do that for yourself, this is why you get stuck in that dark place. This is why your scales get stuck in that one way. To help rebalance yourself, you have to create some kind of newness in your life when it comes to the new seasons of things that are happening, the new phases that happen into your life. And something about this Libra house, which is the 7th house, is relating to others. So a lot of it has to do with how you relate to the ones that you love. All right, so ancestors, what needs to come out? Spirit guides for the present for the Libra community. You notice how there's a lot of stuff we're not seeing. Definitely a lot of stuff that you kind of hide yourself from, Libra. And I feel like something that you battle is feeling like everything is always expired. Almost like you're always too late for something. That you should have, you should have did it when you were younger or something. And that's something that you beat yourself up about. Is maybe when certain things come to an end that you thought was gonna last forever, that's when you're like, oh man, I should have did something. But I will tell you, Libra, right here, right now, what is that saying? Better late than never. Even if you're showing up late, still do it. At least you tried. So definitely the Wheel of Fortune is turning here. And the Wheel of Fortune definitely has to do with how karma kind of turns in our life. A lot of times we don't think that we are right there sewing in the karma. The karmic wheel is always turning. And what that means is not every bad thing that happens to you is bad karma coming in. It's to test to see how you're going to handle that karmic lesson. Are you going to stay stuck, or are you going to keep going with optimism? Are you going to keep going to the things that you want to manifest? Because this Wheel of Fortune has to do with a lot of Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy. And it is mutable energy. So being able to put an end to things for your cardinal energy to bring in the new season of things, new way of seeing things, new way of balancing yourself out. And that is a part of the adjustments required. So something here is you've definitely been stuck. And maybe there's a lot of things that you feel like could be wrong with you, I'm hearing to say. Your imperfections. And I think I've said this more than once, Libras. The perfections are in the imperfections. That's what makes us an individual. And just know that your imperfections aren't the things that have to hold you back. It isn't the thing that has to grab your Achilles tendon and just say that you can never move forward. No, it's a part of who you are. And it's definitely, if you can learn to work with your imperfections, you're definitely going to teach others how to see themselves in a different light when they're being hard on their imperfections. Definitely something else here is you are tired of fighting with people. You're tired of trying to explain how stuff just feels so unfair. So unfair. You know, it's kind of like the way life has worked for you. And what you've been able to do is to kind of balance out that unfairness. You get really over controlling. But when you get over controlling, with the star energy here like this, being over controlling definitely, it kind of starts to drive you crazy. That's what I can say with that, because what we do when we try and control things is we're reaching for security. That's what it is. But when you go with the King of Swords, and the King of Swords feeling like, you know, there's always conflict around here. So what do I need to do to end this conflict, to end this unfairness? Well, then I need to rule with an iron fist and not let anything be flexible. So you being inflexible with things definitely keeps you stuck, but it also keeps you more, what I'm hearing to say is arrogant, and not being able to open up to things. And again, not being able to put an end to things, let go of certain things, move past certain things, forgive yourself of certain things. Something else we're not seeing is you definitely don't feel like there's new ways to invest. You feel like you're always having to juggle between things, juggling between the very things that block you because you don't know how to see something different. Definitely what weighs heavy on your mind is your very foundations, the very people that you have around you. There's a sense where you want to invest in doing something different, but again, you're so blocked. You're so blocked with this one view and being hard on yourself about your imperfections. And that is something that you need to really get over. You honestly need to get over in order to give you a rebirth. To give you a rebirth, especially with the relationships around you. Because we have the Death card roll in here in reverse. Not just with the relationships around you, but this rebirth is going to affect your financial. This rebirth is going to affect not just like a money currency, but many currencies in your life, such as love, such as people respecting you, such as you being able to go off and do new things instead of holding yourself back because you feel like there's something wrong with you. And again, this is something that you've gotten really good at with this South Node energy and how you view yourself. Maybe you view yourself as a very unlucky person. But something, and I felt this, and I really wanted to say this earlier, is you have to rebalance out your beliefs when it comes to this Hierophant energy here. And that's what I felt even dialing in. Rebalancing your beliefs. You need to reach out to something higher, something bigger to believe in than what you believe in now. Because feeling like the world, the divine, whatever has had it out for you is also the thing that's kind of driving you crazy at the same time. Oh wow, I like how that light came out. Ooh. And something you don't see is this is where you're at in the present. The thoughts the thoughts. You are not grounded in yourself. And because you're not grounded in yourself, if you try anything else different, if you try to move differently and it gets rejected right away, then that's just another sword, another reason to make you feel like you're not good enough. You know, the only thing that can make you feel like you're not good enough is you and yourself. You can have somebody yelling at you all day long saying you're not good enough, but until you believe it, that's the thing. Until you believe it, that's when it applies. But if you don't believe it, then that's just somebody's biased opinion. Just know that, Libra. Just know that the biggest thing is you are good enough. Luck is on your side. Nothing is going to come about where you have been, how you have viewed yourself. And definitely adjustments are here, especially to get that wheel turning of karma. If you definitely feel like you've been in bad karma this whole time, well, what can we do to start to change our karma? What can we start to hold optimism to? What can we start to work towards that is a new manifestation of where we want to go? Where we want to go with the people and the places around us. That is a big thing here. Very, very big thing. And something else that kept popping out was the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, especially when I was cleansing this deck. For some reason, you can't find, or you have a hard time finding how you've been successful. How you've been able to be successful, maybe in doing different things, different decisions than the decisions that you grew up around in. And that's something to congratulate yourself. If you can do something a little bit different than what was done onto you, then you right there, you're making changes. You're doing better for that next generation. Not everybody's going to be perfect, but if you have learned some kind of lessons in your past and you apply them to your present, and especially on how you wanted your future to be, no matter how small they are, then you have been making a difference. Not just for yourself, but for others. Remember, you only have that one view where you only see everything that's wrong with you. But you don't see how you've done things too to change things. All right, so let's call in our angels of protection. Angels of protection, please protect and help guide us as we navigate the Libra's block here. What is it that needs to come out for this block? Oh, you see how everything's falling out towards those foundations, towards this Ten of Swords as well. You got to stop letting your past, your imperfections hold you back. And open up to the things that can happen. Get curious on what the future and positiveness and love and light can hold for you. Other things that are still possible for you, because things are not done yet. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I felt this. So this video is probably going to be a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but I felt this when I was dialing into your energy. I could see it. I could see it. I can see it. You have a specific attachment here. A specific energy that has attached itself through your insecurities, through your traumas, through your beliefs. That's what I can tell you. For anybody to walk through this life and not have one kind of trauma would be a miracle. Because if we don't have some kind of trauma, if we don't have some kind of hell of a past that we've been in, then how do we grow? Again, what I've learned from a Native American elder while I was on YouTube was, how do we learn about forgiveness if we have nothing to forgive? It's a little bit of a bittersweet kind of thing here. But there's something here that's been attached to you for quite a long time, and it has to do with your beliefs and the way you see things. And the reason why I say that is because we have the moon here. Let's talk about the moon energy, Piscean energy, our transcendence energy, our mysticism, also our imagination. So what has happened here is you've definitely concreted one way of seeing yourself through this darker energy attachment. Now, this darker energy attachment has to do with the very negative, that dark place. It has to do with everything that you tell yourself to hold yourself back, everything that you tell yourself to make yourself not feel good enough, everything that you tell yourself why it's not possible for you to have something else. That's what this is about right here. Every time you do that and you believe it, you are feeding this energy. And what happens is this energy gets even a tighter hold on you, depleting your energy, depleting your vitality, depleting any kind of stability which you could find, which you can't find at this time. So other things that are happening here, again, here comes that King of Swords. The only way you can handle this, again, is by becoming over controlling on things. So when something wrong happens, something bad happens, then you reach for the most extreme control that you can have, and it's a one-way kind of street then. There's no gives, there's no takes, which can make that be an unbearable energy to be around. And that can make you feel even more like crud about yourself after everything has kind of passed. Now, there's something here with being a view of your past with this Page of Cups. There's definitely a past younger view that we have here, and we bring it into the very foundations that we have now. So it could have been stuff happening in your past. Stuff happening in your past with another energy who is very controlling as well. But this other energy didn't show much love. This other energy could have been very merciless. This other energy could have teeter-tottered between emotions with you. There could have been the what is that, the Dr. Hyde and Mr. Jekyll kind of persona with this one. And see, this is where you have learned how to be over dominant in controlling things. And then we have this Seven of Wands. Definitely feeling surrounded. I feel like you feel like there's a lot of judgment on you, and this is why you stay stuck. You stay stuck with feeling like a lot of the relationships around you that are failing. You stay stuck thinking, again, that this is all you get in life. Last card here is the Hermit. Now, with the Hermit, I've seen this twice because the Hermit came out. It was after I was cleansing and I looked at the bottom, the Hermit was in reverse. Now, the Hermit in reverse talks about us trusting others. The Hermit in upright talks about us trusting our inner light, our inner guidance. And right here, one of your biggest issues is you don't trust anybody. I don't know if it's something that you've had to learn since a younger age, especially within the very foundations that you were growing up in, especially when it came to this over-dominating energy who used to, go back and forth whether they liked you or they didn't like you. But it made it hard to trust others, and it came to the point where you could only trust yourself, but you have such a negative view of yourself. So that makes it hard, again, to open up to see other views. Trusting others and not trusting others, that can be hard to use discernment with. But the thing is, who are these others? Who are these others? How can you protect yourself when it comes to these others? Well, you got to really think about the relationships around you. These others, do they come at you in love, light, and compassion? Do these others speak words to you where they want to see you do better? Or do these others help feed your self-sabotage, your corruption, your unbalancedness? And the thing is, when you go and you do that, how are you viewing it? Emotionally, how are you viewing it? Are you still viewing it from that younger age that you feel like you can't trust anybody? Are you still viewing it from that younger age where you don't know what their intentions are? That's something to think about, because how we view the world from our inside home is how we receive the world. So if we view the world in anger, then we feel like the world is against us. If we view the world in pain, then we think that this world is out to get us. If we view this world from a place where we feel like we are unsafe, then the world would be the most dangerous place out there. But a lot of times, to view the world in such a way from our inner homes means that we don't feel protected. And I would almost put money on it that the Libra in this story doesn't feel protected, and they haven't felt protected for a very long time. So now, how can we head off into this North Node energy and learn how to protect ourselves, learn how to listen to ourselves, learning that not everybody is out to get us, not everybody is out to abandon us, not everybody wants to see us hurt. And when you can heal a view of your past that has you closed off to the world, then you're going to be able to open up. Maybe you use this view as you not being good enough as a way to protect yourself from others. Because if you feel like you're not good enough, then that sets a block for everybody and anything to come in. Again, making you feel protected. And maybe there's a little insecurity. If I do feel like I'm good enough, if I do feel like I can do things, then I'll open myself up. But maybe all the bad stuff can get in again. That's something here that we got to rebalance out. It's something that is very much a part of your reality, but it's just the view that you've had from then until now. This view can be healed. You can learn ways to protect yourself and be able to move forward in the relationships with the people around you. But this is going to take work. And because of what's going on here so much with the mind, I would suggest getting professional help. Professional help to unpack the things that are bothering you, and to see that there are people out there who will listen to you without judgment. That would be the first step, and that could actually start to open you up to not everybody is this horrible person who has it out for you, that it's okay, again, to open yourself up to others. And what's going to happen is you're going to find whatever this is, the very thing that has had you locked up, and you're going to start to confront that energy, and you're going to start to heal it. And for all you know, 6 months from now, a year now, things are going to be so different, because you're going to be able to make those investments. You're going to be able to go forward. You're going to be able to step out. and not be so harsh on yourself. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie to you, Libra. This is going to take some work, but it's taken work now, so much work from then until now to drive yourself crazy with not feeling like you're protected, with not feeling like you're good enough for things, with feeling like the world has it out for you. That has taken work too. So giving yourself permission to do something different will get you different results. Alrighty, it's time. Let's call in divine and universal energy. What are the positive messages you have here for the Libra frequency? First off, it's patience. Just know lots of patience is needed at this point for yourself. Being patient with your past decisions. Being patient with yourself when you feel like you can't do something. And just know, everything begins with one step at a time. You don't have to make these big steps to get to where you need to go right away. There was something I had seen, and it was a beautiful depiction. What it was a ladder. And the little steps to the ladder, what they said is people who try to make big steps, and it made these big gaps for this ladder, have a really hard time trying to get to their next step. Whereas if you do these smaller steps at a time, it's easier to get to the next one and to keep going up and up. And it's not so much as a fight. So something I seen right away that popped out is it's time to have discernment. It's really time to have discernment when it comes to your emotions. When you're feeling a type of way, I feel like when you're getting ready to block yourself out, because it's fell on this devil energy, and you're going to go down that rabbit hole of feeling like you're not good enough, tearing yourself down, it's time to pump the brakes and acknowledge it. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm going down that dark hole, and stop. Why am I feeling like this? And instead of going down the dark hole, it's taking a step up higher to view what's happening in your environment that's helping trigger you or influence how you feel. Influence these feelings that you gotta protect yourself by making yourself not feel good enough. Something else, three other things here that comes down to you driving yourself crazy with how you believe in yourself or what you believe of yourself is you definitely got to have a new day with it. Giving yourself permission to have a new day. So when you wake up, understanding that you can change your perception that day. You know, just for today, I'm going to be nicer to myself. Just for today, I'm not going to talk badly about myself. Definitely putting in some good positive affirmations there and just practicing it for the day. You don't need 20 positive affirmations for one day. One simple one works. You know, just for today, I am good enough. And every time you start to feel like you're slipping into that dark hole, you again use discernment and you say that positive affirmation. And then you go ahead and we start to look at what's triggering you. Because this is a part of an ascension. The divine wants you to level up out of this dark hole. The divine wants you to find yourself. The divine wants you to see that there is light around you. To see what is really around you. Your blessings. Whether it's with people, whether it's with places, or the very things, again, around you. So definitely here we have a reunion of souls. This is something that weighs really, really heavy on your mind when it comes to how you feel about yourself. Could have been the loss of others. Just know that you have to give a little. You can't just be taking from yourself when it comes to this view. This is something that you need to address and something that you need to work on. Life has a way of still going. Time has a way of still going, even when it feels like it's very unfair, when we feel like time shouldn't go on. And a lot of times we hold ourselves back because of something we no longer have. I've lost my brother many years ago, and when I talk about him now, I am honored to talk about him because I realize that not many people gets to have a sibling that's only 21 months apart from them. My brother was my best friend, but he was my worst of enemies. And I know for a fact my childhood would have been so different if he wasn't there. Yes, it sucks that he is no longer with me, but I can honor the fact that I was lucky enough to get to know him, lucky enough to have had him in my life's journey for so long. So the things that have dissipated in your past, how can you honor it? How can you find that it was the very blessings that you were blessed with, and that, sometimes not even people gets to have those type of blessings. Again, changing our view on things to help heal ourselves. Seeing how the remnants of these past relationships opened us up into new things, seeing things differently than if we didn't have those relationships. That's something to look at as well. All right, abundance. A lot of times when we don't feel like we're good enough, we feel like we're without. You have to see how you're good enough to be able to create that new investment to help unblock your mind, unblock your spirit, unblock your mentality, unblock your physical being, your spiritual being. If I didn't say that already, you have to see this abundance that you actually are. All right, and the last card here is burdens. Burdens, burdens, burdens. We don't always see how our one view can be a burden. How that one view can take us down. But that's the great thing about life. The great thing about evolution is because we can learn, we can grow, and we can do more. And this is a time for an ascension. An ascension for what? To not let our past hold us back, because even though we don't feel it, we are good enough. And the thing is, we've been trying to control things so much, again, because we've only had that one perception, that one belief on things, because of what has happened in the past with others around us. And the thing is, that past, we've taken a certain view with us on how we see ourselves. But the thing is, nothing's gonna come about that anymore. It's something that's just gonna leave us stuck. And remember, we got 2 cards here saying the key, Libra, at this point is to use discernment to look at the bigger picture, especially if it comes to us wanting to get unstuck. When it comes to the views that others have with us, when it comes to those relationships, and if we can trust others, healing a past that has kept us down, feeling like maybe others could always have been against us. The thing is, we need to learn how to take a break from such views. Take a break from such views. Again, to see an abundance in us, because we are good enough and we are worth investing in to unblock ourselves to get this karmic wheel turning in a different way from us. Is it gonna be hard? Yes. Yes, there is gonna be an uphill struggle, but we're gonna take that one step at a time, and we're gonna fill out the emotions. We're gonna learn how to ground ourselves and to keep looking up as we are following that guidance from within. in. Why? Because you are good enough. You are good enough, and you can get to your wish fulfillment. Woo-wee. This was a story for the books, Libra. I hope this helps. I really hope this helps. I hope this hits home. And I hope that this gives this Libra permission to want to see themselves differently. Because I know with any Libras that I've met, y'all are very beautiful. Very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful humans, whether male or female, or a they and them. But the thing is, you have a hard time seeing that in yourself. You're very charismatic. The way y'all can talk when y'all are in balance, y'all have people in awe. Don't forget that. Alrighty, so this is going to conclude it. Don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy for coming on in and helping out. And as always, I hope that you have a most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.